Hello everyone, welcome to day 8 of our 31 days relationship challenge. Today we'll be talking about financial stress in relationship. You know, love is sweet, but financial stress can make it bitter. Let's talk about it. Ecclesiastes 10 verse 19 says, "Money answereth all things." But because money is not dealt with wisely in most relationships, it has caused serious financial stress. You see, money can be a blessing and it can be a curse. For example, the Bible recognizes money as mammon. That's because people do not know how to manage it. They begin to worship it. And so in essence, in relationship and marriage, there is need for us to understand how to manage money. The diversity of stress that comes with money when it is not well managed. Let's look at how money causes stress in relationship and marriage. Number one is secret debts and financial dishonesty. I've heard of a story of a lady that built a house, convinced the man to come and rent the house, that the family should move from the current apartments to that house. Now the man was paying for rent for about 4 years until he discovered that the house they are actually living belonged to the wife. That is to say, for 4 years he has been paying rent to the wife. That is financial dishonesty, and that of course ended that marriage. So it is important that you are honest with your earnings, honest with your resources, honest with every blessing of the Lord that comes to your life. Now you are called partners. If you cannot partner with the person you are in relationship with, there is no reason for you to be in that relationship. Just as it is in the Christendom, many persons have given their life to Christ, but they have not given their resources to Christ. When it comes to their resources, it is a no-go area. This is why people are still crying that the tithe and the offering that they give to God is to the pastors. That's because we are dishonest in what we do. There's a classical example in the Bible, in the book of Acts, when the apostles were receiving gifts from people. Ananias and Sapphira lied unto God, and we know the case of that financial dishonesty. If God frowns at it, then we too should frown at financial dishonesty. Number two, one partner spending recklessly. When you are spending recklessly, you are bringing the family and that relationship to ruin. Now, the truth be told, imagine a company where two persons are in business together, while one is trying to stabilize the company and cause it to grow, the other is spending recklessly. Imagine that scenario. How would the company survive? Now, the union called marriage and a relationship can be likened to a company, and so it is important that you both be on the same book when it comes to spending. However, the weight of the blessing of God upon your life, God hates wastage. Spending recklessly is waste before God, and God hates wastage. Number three, disagreement regarding financial priorities. Now, this is one reason why people experience financial stress in their relationship and family. When there is disagreement about prioritizing what to spend on, it will cause a lot of chaos. For example, the man is thinking about reinvesting what they have to secure the future, while the woman is thinking of spending immediately, buying bags, buying weavons, buying cars. That will cause a lot of stress. When you are both in agreement to what you use your money to do, there would be no stress. That doesn't mean that it is the woman that spends recklessly. I'm just giving a classical example. Again, if the man is that type that would just want to buy, whatever he sees he wants to buy, even when they don't need it. For example, you are believing God for what to eat and you are buying dog. You can imagine that scenario, believing God for what to eat and you are buying dog. Now, of course, without an iota of doubt, you would agree with me that dogs, they eat more than humans. And so you can see that that is reckless. And so you must prioritize your financial dealings. Those children want to pay school fees. No, you say school fees can wait. I need to go for one party, so I need to buy the material that will be used for that party. That's reckless. Okay? That is reckless. When it comes to financial stress in relationship, a lot can be said. Okay? Now, I haven't given us how money causes financial stress in relationship. Let's talk about actionable solutions to all of this financial stress. Number one, be transparent about your finances. There should be no hidden debts or secret debts or spending recklessly. Now, as a man in the house, you should be transparent about what you earn, the blessings of God upon your life. Having secret accounts is not good. Okay, be open to your spouse, whatever comes to you. Okay. Now, for example, when your spouse does not know what you earn and does not know your financial strength, you wouldn't blame them if they make demands for things that you cannot afford. Do you understand? And so be open from the beginning, except you have trust issues which you need to deal with. Proverbs chapter 27 verse 3. Number 2, set financial goals together. Budget and spending wisely. Okay? Set financial goals together. Goals in this instance simply means how much you want to grow financially, number one, and then how much you want to spend regarding your family. Set financial goals. Budget, spend wisely. I understand, of course, that at a certain time in your life, it will look like budgeting is something that will be very difficult for you because the cash inflow is minimal. However, as you keep growing, try to budget and plan wisely. Okay? Now, budget for feeding, budget for offering, budget for house rent, budget for the welfare of your children, the upkeep of the home, and school fees. When you do all of these, the stress would be minimal. Like my spiritual father, Bishop Oyedebo, will always say, he never allowed his children to attend a school that would demand him to believe God for school fees. So he was living according to the blessings of God in his life per time. And so budget wisely. Do not just spend because you have money. Some persons get money today and they cannot account for it tomorrow. That is very bad. You should be able to track every of your spending effectively. Number 3, learn contentment and trust in God. The Bible speaking in Philippians 4:19, godliness with contentment is great gain. Whatever you cannot afford now, you should not be longing for it. Trust God to grow in the process. In the process of time, what you cannot afford today, you will be able to afford it tomorrow. So do not cause any form of financial stress to your family. I give another example of my spiritual parents, Bishop David Oyedebo and Pastor Faith Oyedebo. There was a time in their life that God's servant humorously said, if you want to eat egg in this house, lay it. That's because at that time of life, there wasn't the financial capability to afford egg frequently as they would desire. So he was living his life per time. Godliness with contentment is great gain. Do not put your family into any stress. If you have to pray to God to pay for your accommodation, then you better leave that accommodation to the one that you do not need prayer to pay for. Sending your children to schools that you cannot afford is unnecessary financial stress. Buying clothes that you cannot pay and you want to be paying in installment is unnecessary financial stress. Of course, we understand that in our day and age, there's a lot of easy buy. You can buy and begin to pay later. That is too much financial stress. And so be contented with what God has given you at the moment, because very soon you will scale up and you'll be able to afford everything you desire. As it is now, you might not be able to afford or order for fast food. Why not go for slow food? Cook the food, no matter how long it takes for you to cook the food, however slow it is. Eat your food, cook your food, eat your food, and have peace of mind. One of my pastors then would always say that have you eaten is what they will ask you, because your stomach is not show glass. Whether you drank Gary or not, nobody will be able to tell. So be contented with the level you are per time. In closing, I'd like you to always remember that a financially healthy marriage or relationship will forever enjoy bliss. And so trust God to have financial transparency in your relationship and in your marriage. Any secret in your finances would eventually cause each. Remember, there is nothing hidden under the sun. You might think you are playing smart today. At the long run, you will be at the losing end. Protect your marriage and relationship by being financially responsible and transparent. I'd like you to please share this video, like the video, whatever platform you come across this video, and do it to drop good comments. And of course, follow us, subscribe if you have not. Day 9 is going to be awesome. Trust me, you do not want to miss it. Until we meet on day 9, keep enjoying relationship bliss. I'll see you on the brighter side of life. Goodbye.